Online is where the world is, and online is where automotive manufacturers are nowadays building up a strong presence too. Social media and technology has empowered the customer, and this is something that the auto companies understand as well. With more options and information at one's fingertips, an aspiring car buyer can get almost all the information on the internet before he or she actually steps inside a car dealership. And Google, along with Kantar, a firm specializing in market research, has released a report which documents this exact phenomenon. Google says that there are about 4 to 5 steps in the average car buying process. First, of course, comes the intention to buy a new car, which is followed by research. Then the car buyer goes on to make a consideration set, which might have 2 to 3 options. After this comes the research and all the value addition that is created by auto manufacturers, along with social media sites and advice from family and friends as well. About 64% of the car buyers start their research process offline, while 36% start their research process online. When it comes to online research, 47% of the people begin with the search engine, while 12% people want to first look at the videos of the cars in their consideration set. 14 and 15% people visit the manufacturer website and the dealership website respectively.
The process is kind of the same, but what's really changed is the way the consumer is researching for his vehicle, right? And today a bulk of the research happens online. In fact, the Google Gear Shift report, at least the last one, indicated about influence of upwards of, I think, close to about 90%, right? And of course, channels like search and display and videos play a very critical role. So while the process of hunting for a vehicle remains the same, research has moved online, and as a consequence of the research, finally the consumer, he or she, makes a choice to walk into a showroom, take a test drive, and then next steps, right? And what's also changed is the number of showrooms that the consumer is walking into. He's walking into lower number of showrooms versus prior. So that's kind of some of the changes that's happening right now.
After the initial research comes the consideration list. The report says that 80% of the respondents were first-time car buyers and about 57% people weren't brand loyal, meaning they were ready to buy a car from a different manufacturer than their last one. About 67% of the new car buyers take about 2 months from initial research for the final purchase, and 20% take less than 2 weeks for the same process. About 90% of the respondents said that they went online for information at some point in the buying process, and about 87% researched on their smartphones, indicating smartphones are an important touchpoint. The biggest touchpoint for offline research is family and friends, constituting about 66% of the total offline research.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of key highlights, almost 90% of the people who are in the zone of buying a car start the journey on search. 80% of them actually use YouTube to watch videos and get more information. In fact, the number has moved in the last 2 years from about 46% to 80%. And third most important that we are really looking at is the role that consumers and prospect consumers are playing in terms of going to the brand sites and dealer sites, which is about 56%. So there is a lot more activity in terms of engagement to finding out more information. What we are also looking at really is that the nature of information that is being sought is actually becoming deeper, more wider, because consumers are a lot more, I think, empowered. They're curious, they're inquisitive, and they want information at every touch point of their consumer buying journey, which has come out very strongly in this report.
There's no doubting the importance of videos in today's car purchase decisions. About 82% of first-time car buyers watch videos online during their research of the consideration set. 80% of the new car buyers too have seen online videos to facilitate their decision-making process. Apart from the usual sources of information such as dealership, online sites, videos, etc., buyers today appreciate digital tools such as online car configurator, price and EMI calculator, total cost of ownership calculator, and so on. People are also quite receptive to the idea of a 360-degree virtual reality tour of the car, and 54% say that a virtual reality video could possibly replace a test drive as well.
You have to really look at digitalization in a 360 approach. Now, the first thing is, obviously, in your products, you have to be completely connected. Yeah? So customers today spending a lot of time in their cars, yeah, want to be seamlessly connected to their friends via their social media platforms. Yeah? They want to use their mobile devices on a constant basis in their cars. Yeah? They want to have a predictable driving journey. Yeah? So when you're driving and you have a traffic jam, you automatically are routed. Yeah? So it's really the product as such has to be completely connected and digitalized. Then the complete sales and service journey has to be digitalized. Yeah? Right. And the way how the people are interacting. Always with the purpose not to be fancy, right, but the purpose of really helping and having a simpler experience for the customers. Yeah.
Even with all the technology, the final purchase always happens at a dealership where one takes delivery of the car. But even then, people usually go online to search for the location of the dealership as well. In fact, about 60% of people researched online to find the dealership. 69% of the new car buyers decide the final model only after one test drive.